moderate rain. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Hello, this is Rick Vossen with RV of Panama City, your local Stormore portable building dealer, located at 2241 East Baldwin Road. Shopping for a garage, portable building, cabin? We build them anywhere from 8 to 16 foot wide, 10 feet to 60 feet long. We can do insulation, electricity, transom dormers, thermal windows. Come, let's customize a building together. Rick Vossen, Stormore Portable Building Dealer, Panama City.
1, 2.
I'm in love with a man named Rudy. I'm okay with that. He knows exactly what I want. Keeps me coming back. Cooks breakfast, lunch, and dinner for me. Does the dishes too. I'm in love with a man named Rudy. Last name Barbecue. It sure is easy to fall in love with Rudy's Tasty Oak Smoked Barbecue.
Next in line.
All roads lead to adventures this fall in a brand new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover our Kia SUV family and get ready to forge a brand new path. Bill Bird Kia is now offering 2.49% APR for up to 60 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. It's the best family SUV with third row seating space for the entire family to unwind. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us anytime at 2435 East 15th Street or BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Kia, movement that inspires.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento with $1,775 per $1,000 financed at 60 months. Qualities limited. Cannot be combined with other finance offers not available on balloon financing. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 9/30/24.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Auburn football is back this Saturday.
Thorne on fourth down. Looks and he throws across the middle. It's caught. DeAndre Lambert-Smith down to Hash. He's going to score. 10-5 touchdown.
The Tigers clash with the Oklahoma Sooners. Coverage begins at 11:30 a.m. Central on your home for the Auburn Sports Network.
ESPN Northwest Florida. War Eagle.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now we're taking
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got in the bag.
the inside drive. From college to the pros, interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, the inside drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And good Wednesday morning. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. 104.3 in Panama City Beach. 101.9 in Port St. Joe along the Forgotten Coast. You can watch, listen, like, comment, subscribe, share. All of those places right there on social media. Search us up, ESPN Northwest Florida. You'll find us right there. You can always download our free mobile app inside the Google Play and Apple Store as well. That one, all you got to do is search 104.3, and you will find that app if you're right there on that first page. And you can listen to the Mosley Dolphins travel for their first road game of the season. Well, their first out of the area game of the season over there.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. At first, I'm like, no, this is the first road game, but Yep, they have been the away team a couple times over there at the TO.
Away right at home. But yes, traveling over there to Milton. So if you don't have the ESPN Northwest Florida app, you need to go ahead and download that. That way you can listen to that Mosley Dolphin game right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Also, don't forget, coming up at 12:40, if you heard the keyword this morning on the Coach James Hale Show, you will know what that is. You got to give us a call. Your qualifying time, if your name gets announced, is going to be, just somebody call us, please. Anybody call yesterday afternoon?
We did that. I think our leader right now is 8 seconds.
Wow. So a lot of wiggle room there. So you did get a caller yesterday afternoon. Nice. I don't know what the keyword is, but hopefully you were listening. Text in. We will announce your name as we go in from the 12:40 break. You got to give us a call. Right now, all you got to do is beat 8 seconds, or just give us a call and not beat 8 seconds, because the two fastest qualified times win a pair of tickets to the Yellowwood 500 and passes to the United Rentals 250 up there on October 6th. Also, all qualifiers instantly win a Rudy's Barbecue gift card and a 12-pack from Buffalo Rock.
Scrumptious.
Indeed. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner over there at Rudy's. It's all fantastic. All right, let's give an update on the storm, which is now Hurricane Helene. I know a lot of people...
Helene.
Yeah, you should just play that in the background during this. Even though it's Jolene, but it's pretty much the same thing. But anyway...
I'm a remixer.
Yeah, there you go. You just trade in the J for an H, and you're right there. Or we trade in a J for nobody.
Golly, Jay, if you're listening, you're probably not.
Hopefully he is.
I'm disappointed.
It's a little early.
You just do what you do when you got to do it, but make it after 1 o'clock, brother.
Seriously, what's another 2 hours?
My goodness gracious, brother.
Oh, anyway.
It's okay, though. You don't, you're not worried about what we have to do around here.
No, it's okay. We love him anyway. The Arnold, I was hoping to talk to him about the Arnold match.
But
now I can't give the people what they want.
And everyone was looking forward to what's going on.
And we don't have a tip
Arnold's
this week.
Golf.
No tip this week.
Yeah, but
hopefully
we got the whole thing, though.
That's true. But
hopefully Friday. I'll tell you what, if the storm does hit, what's it called?
Surviving the Storm with Dave.
And if we come up with a better name, it'll be better than that. But otherwise, I'm going to, you guys can go listen to Dr. Shane for all your informative information. Otherwise, you could just call in and just chill out with Dave.
Just like you said, just make sure you're paying attention to the weather. It did, slightly wiggle a little bit to the west, but here we are within 48 hours. The track usually stays pretty similar. Luckily, we got that high pressure front moving down. That's why we'll see some rain and some things going on today. Hopefully, it keeps it over there. Again, you don't wish anything on anybody, but the further east it goes, the less populated the area. So let's just keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers as we get closer to the arrival of Hurricane Helene. Again, you make the decision what you want to do. Obviously, you can get as much information as you possibly can. We're right on the outside edge of that cone here in Bay County. Definitely going to get quite a bit of rain Thursday afternoon into the evening, and definitely some tropical storm winds. But hopefully, if it maintains where it's at right now, it's just passing just outside of Cancun. Hopefully, everybody
Mexico?
Cancun right there, and hopefully everybody that's stuck in a trunk right now is okay.
Golly, we went there.
We did. It's
quickly.
Mexico. We're not in Mexico, so just be careful when you're in Cancun. Stay on the property of the resort that you're at. Just a little fun fact there. But yeah, make sure you're tuning into all your local guys, Ross Whiteley, Chris Smith, and of course, Noah's got great information out there as well. And, make your informative decision and do what you got to do. We'll be keeping an eye on it here. And I know Liam's birthday's tomorrow, a lot of rain, no school. So I'm going to spend time with the family, and hopefully we still haven't made our official decision yet, but
I thought we just made an official decision.
Well, you did. Riding the storm out with Dave.
Well, yeah, no doubt, but I'm saying that you're not.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to be on the air tomorrow. Yeah. No, sir. Jay's not on the air today.
The afternoon underdogs will continue on, though.
There you go. Hopefully, just with some rain going on and some winds.
But the only way that's going to keep me out of here is if I can't make it here.
Yeah, which, hey, you never know, but hopefully not.
It's going to be such a boring show. Just me and me personalities.
Well, see, that's the beauty of it. Luckily, you're blessed with multiple personalities there.
Thank the Lord.
So, hey, you can have a radio show all by your lonesome.
Oh, man.
All by your lonesome. How about those Atlanta Braves getting a huge victory last night?
5-1?
5-1 against those Metropolitans, and that drops them only a half game back now of the Diamondbacks, who have lost another game, and the Braves are now a full game back instead of 2 of the New York Mets. Good start to this final week push there for the Atlanta Braves, trying to make the playoffs and make some stuff happen. Man, this whole first segment was match recap. Jay Henley tip of the week. Now I'm just lost.
Oh, Beth saying Dr. Shane or Dr. Dave. Wish to choose. Funny enough, I have had that as a nickname in the past.
Dr. Dave?
Dr. Dave. But the one that actually stuck back in the day, and I don't, it was Captain Dave. And there was a reason behind that, and it has nothing to do with driving a boat.
Leave it at that.
No, I mean, you can guess.
Captain Dave. Pirates?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah?
Just think of a commercial with one fella who likes to have one leg raised a little higher than the other.
The captain. The captain.
I can go into details further, but we'll save that for the hurricane coverage.
Yeah, we'll save that. Tune in to Dodging the Storm with Dave. I don't know what it is.
It is what it is. That's what it is.
Indeed. Every time. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you cook it, always is what it is. But yeah, and a few more divisions were division champions were clinched, including a playoff clinching triple play by the, I believe that was by the Milwaukee, San Diego Padres. Yes.
That's not playoff clinching, though.
Well, speaking of those Padres, the NFL West featuring the juggernaut Dodgers and still in question.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Thanks to a San Diego clinched its playoff spot. So it clinched a spot. Sorry, did I say division?
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize. Playoff spot on a game-ending triple play.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, a triple play in general
is pretty impressive.
Right. But then when you're talking about you're going up against the Dodgers right now, because we talked about this yesterday, like the NL West is not cemented in with the LA Dodgers right now.
Nope.
There's some
2 games back.
The playoff push right now in both sides.
Fair to say more exciting than it's been in recent years?
I don't know, because it's been very exciting ever since they've added. It's been exciting, honestly, since the wild card. But then when you've added that third spot, you've got teams like the Braves right now are in a playoff series, right?
Yeah,
with the Mets.
Yeah.
And then guess what? They're taking on the Kansas City Royals next week, or not next week, this week.
Yeah, the end of the week.
To end the week.
Yep.
Right? The Royals are in the same spot we are, except for better positioning, but they are looking for a playoff spot. They right now they are the last spot.
Yeah,
last
2 games ahead of the Twins in the wild card. Yeah.
Exactly.
In the last wild card.
So we could benefit from the fact that the Twins are not playing very good baseball, and so the Royals could end up clinching and then end up resting their players, and I would feel bad for the people who are traveling to Atlanta on behalf of us to go see the Atlanta Braves take on Bobby Witt and the Kansas City Royals, but the Royals could end up sitting players, and we could be like, Braves fans, you've got to give your team some credit for how they have fought this year.
Yep.
My goodness gracious.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, I was just looking at the wild card standings on that side. It's coming down to the wire. I was going to pull up our divisional winner picks and see if there's any more. Has anything else been clinched since we?
No, I don't think anything else has been.
Guardians,
clinched.
Astros have officially.
Orioles beat the Yankees last night, so there's that.
So,
or at least when I was watching, they were winning.
So it looks. I don't need to hit that button. All right. So the Phillies already. We knew that one. The Brewers, we got that one in there. The Astros are officially.
Oh yeah, they clinched last night.
So there's another 10 spot for you.
Oh
so
my goodness!
Right now it's we each have 20. With one more division, still has an opportunity. I'm pretty sure that's going to be you, unless we can get the Baltimore Orioles to take down the. How many games back are they of the Yankees? 5.
5.
So
not likely, but. Hey, I'm wearing an Orioles hat tomorrow.
There you go. Well, that'll be good. Hopefully that'll push it, because I'd rather...
Sometimes very rarely for me that you have to plan you get your clothes ready. for the next day, but it happened. So hey, here we are.
Hey, yeah. Welcome to the kind of the planning club there.
Kind of the planning club, dude. I hate it. Because every time I ever make plans, though, this is why I've grown to hate plans.
Because it doesn't hold true.
Exactly. So this is what I always say when people's like, well, let's make a plan. I'm like, let's make a soft plan and then be willing to be like water and just fluidize our way through the plan.
That's a new one.
Appreciate
Appreciate you filling in for Jay with the made up words.
But look, that's a pretty good made up word though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Fluidize?
Come on now.
Yeah, no, it's close. It feels like it could be.
Feels like a doctorate came up with that word.
Dr. Dave in the storm dodging.
I'm not going with Dr. Dave. Don't call me Dr. Dave.
No?
No.
Daddy Dave.
I mean, Daddy Dave. Some people.
I'm not going to get you started on that.
Let's hold back today, brother.
Yeah, no, definitely. Oh, goodness. Where should we go? Where should we go?
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Let's talk a little bit of sports, Cotton Eye Joe.
There you go. Well, we can open because I know you're going to have some thoughts on this.
Oh, let's go to it because
let me get myself ready for the different things here because I want to pull up our.
Start off with what Alan said because I want to know that.
Okay, well, let me start off with what's transpired.
And Alan, if you're listening, you better call in, dog.
He's always been much more on the side of anti-NCAA, anti-university, and much more on the side. And I don't know if that's coming
fair
from
enough,
him.
But I'm on the side of the decision that you daggum make. Stick to it.
Yeah, there you go. And, he was a Division I NCAA athlete, so, I can't speak to that, but who really knows? But here's what we're talking about. UNLV quarterback Matthew Slutka to leave the program over representations that were not upheld. UNLV starting quarterback Matthew Slutka announced Wednesday that he intends to redshirt and will not play the remainder of the 2024 season. He seemed to indicate in a statement that he plans to transfer and play somewhere else next season, writing, "I'm committed to UNLV based on certain representations that were made to me, which were not upheld after I enrolled. Despite discussions, it became clear that these commitments would not be fulfilled in the future." With Sluka, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Who cares?
Sluka leading the way, the Rebels are off to a 3-0 start, and they are among the top non-power conference FBS teams in the nation. While ranked outside the AP top 25, they received 53 votes in the most recent poll, making them the de facto number 29 team in the nation. UNLV is also ranked number 23 in the coaches poll. Sluka, who is a senior, is completing just 43.8% of his passes this season.
Oh, don't bring statistics into it.
I have to for you.
Even stronger now.
But he has thrown.
You suck, and you want to talk like.
He's thrown for 318 yards in 3 games.
Look at
105.3.
He helped beat Kansas, man. Took care of them imaginary birds over there in the
Rock Chalk. He's thrown for 6 touchdowns and 1 interception. He's been especially effective with his legs, rushing for 253 yards in a score. In a 23-20 upset road win over Kansas, he rushed for 124 yards and threw a touchdown pass. Before transferring to UNLV, the dual-threat quarterback from Locust Valley, New York, spent 4 years playing at FCS Holy Cross. He threw for 2,491 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions, while also rushing for 1,234 yards and 11 TDs on the ground. He followed up that last season with 1,723 yards in the air, 20 touchdowns, 5 picks, plus 1,243 in yards and 9 scores on the ground. Per the Associated Press, he set the Division I single-game rushing record for a quarterback last season, piling up 330 yards against Lafayette. With him poised to transfer elsewhere, backup quarterback Hajj Malik Williams.
What a name.
Will be in line to be the new starter at UNLV. Williams has not attempted to pass this season, but like Sluka, he has showed off his mobility, rushing 10 times for 88 yards. And it kind of goes on to talk about him.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah. But
let's keep it a buck real quick.
Okay. Keep it a buck? What's that mean?
Let's keep it 100.
Okay, keep it 100. Buck.
Let's keep it
Got
real.
it. Like a C note. Keep it a C note. Okay.
All right. If I'm UNLV in this day and age of suing people and whatnot, what I've given him, I'm suing him for.
Yeah, your scholarship, essentially.
Whatever I gave him outside of the scholarship remains like that's what you actually go to school for, right? That's what the school can technically give you legally the way that it is written. Now, here we are in a different world, but still, that's what it comes down to, right? Like the school is not supposed to be giving you NIL and everything. That's just kind of you've got schools like any school in the state of Georgia, any school in the state of Virginia, where, hey, the NCAA can't punish you for you breaking the rules. All right, dumb, technically speaking. Is the NCAA dumb?
Yes.
100%. There's no question about that. Am I anti-NCAA? For the most part, yeah. For the most part, yes, I am. Here's where this bothers me, though, is this guy, all right, if I come to work for Randy and I'm like, hey, these are the stipulations that I have, but I start working. Guess what?
Yeah, you didn't,
I didn't sign nothing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even if I did, then at that point I could quit. But if you start becoming a part of something and the stipulations that you asked for ahead of time, you didn't receive ahead of time, that is on you. So deal with it for the next 12 games, whatever it may be. But, dude, you're at UNLV, brother. You're like... I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. Yeah. It ticks me off a little bit, honestly. And these are stories that are going to start happening more and more. And it's like, this is not where college football needs to go.
No.
One and done has hurt the NBA as much as it's hurt college basketball. Now we're going to start dealing with this with the NFL and college football.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not infuriated. That's not that's too strong of a word.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you was able to pronounce
it's an
that.
intense, like, it's a very, it's like hate.
I'm not infuriated, but I am just kind
perturbed,
of befuddled.
Ooh, befuddled as well. Like, why would you do this?
Yeah.
Why would you do this?
Get through with a year and then make your problems known. Yeah. Don't go play for them again, because here's the thing. You're probably not going to be an NFL quarterback, kiddo.
Yeah.
So deal with what it is. The fact that you're even able to get a daggum scholarship. Do you know how many kids are playing high school football right now that would love a scholarship?
Yeah, for sure.
Can we? I'm not asking to get back for that. To get back to that, because I do believe that, you know, the
schools are making a ton of money, and they're making
a ton of money, and these kids are a part of that, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're a big reason for it. That's for sure.
But dadgummit, man.
And it makes you think, you know, if he quote unquote says he's going to transfer, like, who's talking to this kid? Like, who's potentially tampering and doing things that may be, not against the rule? But what are the rules anymore anyway? You really have no idea.
I guess it's a case by case basis.
Yeah, which is not the way to do it. That's for sure.
Not conducive, they'd say.
But we'll go ahead and take a quick break. It is 11:20. I'll get back to I'll get you on what Alan had posted on Facebook earlier this morning, because it is the opposite side of that. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your touchdown headquarters for the Mosley Dolphins and the Auburn Tigers.
Touchdown, Auburn!
Plus, premier college and NFL games. Your source for the most live football on the Gulf Coast in a rich audio experience.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Wednesday. A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain this afternoon and evening with a wind around 10 miles per hour out of the southeast and the high of 85. Tonight, look for a likelihood of thunderstorms and light rain with a temperature near 74. Tomorrow, a high around 78 and a possibility of thunderstorms and moderate rain. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Life can take us so many places. And at Panama City Toyota, we're here to make sure every drive is worth every minute. Maybe you want a fun, fuel-efficient car for everyday driving. Or you need a dependable vehicle that really gets the job done. Sometimes it's all about answering the call of the wild. And when you're ready to shop, reserve your vehicle online and choose your options. Or we'll help you in person, even if you started the process at home. Whatever works for you, always works for us.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update. Presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250 plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves take down the Mets 5-1 in Game 1 of a huge 3-game set at Truist Park. I'm Kevin McAlpin, and your Braves Radio Network morning updates coming up next.
Tickets for the Braves 2024 season are going fast. This season is jam-packed with great matchups. Get your tickets at braves.com/tickets.
Tuesday night, in front of the 25th sellout of the season, it was the homestanding Braves taking down the visiting Mets by a score of 5-1. Braves got 3 runs in the third on an RBI double from Michael Harris II and RBI singles from Ozzie Albies and Ramon Laureano. Harris would finish the night a triple shy of the cycle as he added his 16th homer of the season in the 4th inning. Meanwhile, Spencer Schwellenbach picked up another victory as he held the New York offense to just a run on 3 hits over 7 innings with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Then in the 9th, not a save situation, but Raisel Iglesias sat the Mets down in order on just 5 pitches. Braves are now a season-high 15 games over 500, and we'll look for the series win outright with Chris Sale on the mound later on tonight. And as always, hear the call live from Truist Park right here on the Braves Radio Network at 7:20 p.m. Eastern. I'm Kevin McAlpin, and this has been your Braves Radio Network morning update.
Back to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's alive! Look alive!
We're alive!
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. If you listened to the show yesterday, if David Hayes is not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle for Halloween...
Dude, those are like my favorite superheroes.
I wonder, it's all coming together. It's all superhero, huh? You categorize the turtles as superheroes? Right up there with Superman, Batman, Spider-Man?
Batman's probably my other favorite, which probably makes it more lame. So those who like really follow the superhero-dom, they're like, hey, you realize you can't fly yet?
I mean, he can. He just needs things to fly.
And the Batmobile.
The Batwing, right? But
yeah, the Batwing as well.
Your opportunity for this Halloween to be a Ninja Turtle is sitting right there.
I need 3 people that will... We need a Master Splinter.
We need 2 more. Well, the MIA.
How are we gonna trust in Jay?
We can't. He'd have to be like Shredder or something like that, and hope that he doesn't come because we don't want to have to fight Shredder.
He could be what's her name? Jackie.
April.
He could be April.
She was the reporter. Yep,
he could wear a yellow
jumpsuit kind of thing. That'd be perfect.
Yellow rain jacket.
There you go. But yeah, what's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Oh man, the blue one is
that's Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo with the size. No, Raphael had the size. Leonardo had the sword.
Yep.
Of course you did. Of course you wanted the sword guy.
It's more about the blue than anything.
Okay. I feel like
favorite color, bro.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, like favorite color, favorite turtle.
I will eat favorite color, favorite turtle. Anything blue?
Yeah.
I'm all over it.
There you go. The sky. I
love the sky.
Commercial. Yeah, sky's great.
The Geico commercial.
It's got a lot of blue.
More of an Affleck guy.
Okay. All right. Affleck. But yeah, hey, the turtles, man. That would be a good group costume and I'm sure it's done often.
Yeah, no doubt. But
like
what if
homemade,
we did it?
like
because
you
I'm
can't
bald
buy
headed
it.
anyway, so I kind of look like a turtle.
Yeah, we could go all in and paint in the green army paint.
Ooh,
and
fun.
Yeah,
we could be camouflage turtles.
True. I mean, yeah, I just realized.
What would we say? Turtle instead of hoo-ha.
Oh, we do like pizza.
I love pizza.
So do the Ninja Turtles. All right.
I love rats, too.
That's true.
Not the ones that snitch on you, but just the...
Raton, indeed. Big old sewer rat.
Ratatouille. He's a cook, ain't he?
Yeah, he was. A fantastic cook, by the way. Fantastic.
Wee.
That was a good one. All right, here's what Allen said in response to the UNLV quarterback deciding to step down. The most un-American aspect of sports and society has always been college sports. These schools thrive off you, and you're supposed to accept the free education because that's priceless. Meanwhile, the majority of us graduate with degrees we don't even use, and the schools continue to thrive off of a lot of athletes' legacies. You've got a kid saying, I was promised XYZ, and they haven't delivered XYZ, and the general consensus is this is an outrage. How dare you not opt to fulfill your duty when the school didn't fulfill theirs? Power to the players. Throw some salt on those leeches. Alan Sandage.
Alan Sandage, let me ask you this. You miss a paycheck up there at ESPN Richmond. You gonna keep on doing what you're doing because it's your dream?
Good point.
That's kind of where I'm at, though.
Yeah.
In this, and I live that.
Yeah.
Right? Day to day, week to week. This is an opportunity that sometimes you let yourself get taken advantage of to an extent because you know that the opportunities just are not out there like that. It's not. And guess what? All right, bro, you're not an NFL quarterback, kid. That's exactly how I ended off with that.
Yeah.
It's just not what. It's selfish. It's absolutely selfish in such a team sport that it bothers me.
We talked about the team sport stuff yesterday.
And that's what it comes down to, man. There's some times where you just got to take your ego, as hard as it is too, because we are all selfish. We are.
By nature, absolutely.
Exactly. Just by nature, we're selfish. But at the end of the day, it's a team sport. So get with the program, kid. Oh, but the program didn't do what you said it was going to do. Why'd you even start playing then?
Yeah.
Why'd you even start playing then? And I honestly, it's bothersome, man. It's bothersome that this is where college football is headed to.
Yeah, and
because the problem,
though, Ryan, yeah.
The problem, Ryan, is that it's made college football better. Because now you have James Madison,
the parity,
beating North Carolina 70-50.
Yep.
The problem is that you have all of these schools who are now way more competitive. However, you're coming from essentially a basketball school from 20, 30 years ago.
Yep.
And you're going to make news waves like this? It's just like Reggie Bush. I'm such a huge proponent of Reggie Bush getting his Heisman back.
Yeah.
Now you're going to sue?
Yeah.
It makes me look like a fool, which I don't care about. I am a fool. That's easy, you know? But don't sue him, man. Come on.
Yeah. That was a whole nother interesting debacle there. Yeah, I mean, it's how far does greed take you? You know, where do you draw the line in your sand?
How far does pride take you? Because I've read this one book. I'm not sure exactly what it's titled, but pride goeth before fall.
Absolutely.
So fall hard, brother. Walk hard? No, fall hard.
All right, the Dewey Cox story. Walk hard. Walk hard. We brought it all back together there. But yeah, I mean, is this the start of continued wildness? I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Because if he's going to do it.
Well, it's just the same way as watch what happens, man. Mark my words. It might not happen this year, but in next year, you're going to have old players who had prominent names like a Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His NFL career fizzled out pretty quickly, right? So he's probably thinking in the back of his mind, I didn't make as much money as I'd like to. What can I do?
Hey,
I'll
LSU.
go post sue for NIL. Like, dude, it wasn't a part of the stipulations, man. It wasn't a part of the stipulations.
It wasn't around back then, and
it's just life.
Yep.
Bro, it would be like this. It would be like this. If we put up all of the election results from all of the past presidential elections.
Yeah.
And then, who would have you voted for? All right, we're going to count your vote for, Douglas Alexander.
Yeah. I mean, it's a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like, it was the way it was when it happened, and you know what? It is what it is. It's it's like not to go on that topic, but like the whole they keep wanting to pay everybody's college debt off. Well, I took on lots of debt. I paid all that college debt off. Is the government going to go back and give me
stipend?
Yeah. I mean, that's the same exact thing.
Exactly.
And I don't think I should, because that's what I chose to do. That's what I did, and it was my responsibility.
When you wake up in the morning, Ryan Mulvey, what do you have?
I think it begins with a C. I'm forgetting.
Ends with an E?
Yeah, that's right. There's a bunch of little vowels in between, maybe an H. Choice.
Exactly.
Everything in life is a choice.
And that's a wild thing to me too, is like all of a sudden like, you're just going to forgive student debt for the people who have, suffered with student debt for a while because they made the choice. And then and here's the other thing. It's just like this. Like, you can go to a buy here, pay now car place, and you can pay 28% on your vehicle, or you can go through your bank and probably get around 7 to 10%, depending on the vehicle that it is that you choose. Maybe even lower than that. I'm at 7%, so that's why I started at that low number.
There you go.
Thanks to Tyndall for that.
Shout out to TVCU.
But that's the difference, though, is like, and then you get mad because it's like, well, I got myself into a bind. Like, no. You put yourself.
You made a choice
into a bind.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like, people don't want to live with their choices, but as a man who's made a lot of mistakes myself, like, you have to live with those. And guess what, my friend? When you own them, when you own those choices, you become a better man because of that, or a better individual, a better lady, whatever it is that you decide to be in life.
Yeah.
You become better because of that.
Absolutely. I mean, that whole...
We're getting too deep today, brother.
Jay's not here again because he could have just hung around for a couple more hours, but no big deal. No big deal. He's gone. It's all right. We're used to it at this point. But yeah, I mean, it's perfectly said. That was very philosophical and very spot on.
I've been reading a lot of Aristotle lately.
Ooh, there you go.
Or Aristotle. Depends on how you want to pronounce it.
Chipotle. Aristotle. But yeah, I mean, it is. When you accept and know that what happened, and I can't do anything about it. I'm not going to worry about it. It frees you a little bit to move forward. Is like you said, it's a better person. Anyway, that was a long, good discussion there. All culminated from the UNLV quarterback's choice.
Man, I just want Alan to call in now.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
That would be fun. I just let y'all
stand by this.
Sit back and go at it and have some fun.
I get it. He's got a different experience than me, right? Being a D1 athlete.
Yeah.
But also, it's just one of those, like, come on, man. Like, you're already playing football, so now you're going to hurt all those other, I was about to say 52, but it's not that. It's so much more than that.
More, yeah.
85, I think, scholarship athletes, moving up to 100 and something soon here.
Very soon, yeah.
Those are your guys at that point. You chose to be a part of those guys.
And all you hear is preaching from your coaches and youth from coaches, and you just keep hearing and hearing and hearing and hearing that team. You put your team ahead of yourself.
Right.
And that's just such a good life thing. And this just seems like the opposite of that. And where does this stop? Where's the next big time? Well, this is UNLV. What happens, loose example, I was talking to Travis early. What if DJ Lagway says, Florida's not living up to what they said they were going to give me, so I'm going to go
this already happened with Florida, though. Jalen Rashada.
Oh, that's right.
Goes to Arizona State. Now he's at Georgia. They promised him a certain amount of money, and I guess it didn't go through. But here's the difference, right? I'm okay with you complaining after the fact.
Yeah.
I don't like complaining, but you made the decision to not go to Florida.
Yeah.
Based on that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, you didn't go there first, play, and then decide to go somewhere else. Oh, maybe we're getting a little caller on this situation. Anxious to hear what it's talking about, and we'll talk a lot of odds and stats here in a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just keep going around the horn with Soapbox. Who do we got on the line?
We got Gator Jamie on the line with us. Gator Jamie, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to comment on the UNLV kid that you guys are talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just,
please.
Maybe give a different perspective. From what I understand, he played 4 years at Holy Cross already, so he's probably got a degree. So that scholarship may not mean much to him. And there's a good chance he probably was going to finish out at Holy Cross, and somebody approached him and said, "I'll give you $100K to come to UNLV."
My thing is you've already started playing. Like, I'm not going to back off of that, period. You've already started playing. You don't back out now.
But you, David, even you said he's not going to be an NFL quarterback. He's never going to have another opportunity to cash in on football.
Exactly why you continue to play out, because now you have no options.
No, he's got another option if he redshirts. If he redshirts, he's got another option.
I mean, that's fair.
If somebody came through and promised him $100K, maybe he was never planning on leaving Holy Cross. He wanted to finish senior year with his redshirt senior year with the guys he's been playing with for 4 years. And this guy enticed him to leave with the promise of money, and if he's like me from a poor family, $100K changes lives.
Yeah, no doubt.
Again, I as a poor person who's working in a job that does not pay very well and has sacrificed many times on paychecks, expecting them to be there at a certain time, and sometimes they just don't hit when you expect them to be there. You keep on rolling.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see it from the kid's perspective. If you were promised something and they're not delivering, you don't just keep giving when what you made a deal with somebody and they're not living up to their end. You're just going to keep doing it.
Two sides to every story every single time.
Yeah, that's right. That's the beauty of
the truth lies somewhere in the middle.
Exactly.
Always falls in there.
So the fact is we only know this young man's side, right? That's all we know. Right. We don't know what was promised, anything of that nature. And I will say this, Gator Jamie, that's a very valid point. Where you're at, where you're coming from, 100% valid, and I'm content with that, and I'm not trying to change your mind at all. It's just like where I am, because I'm also from a very poor family. Like, we didn't have nothing growing up, And
right, 100K means something.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. However, I guarantee your granddaddy would have said, "Hey, you, regardless of what you were promised, you committed to something. Finish it out. The Lord will take care of you outside of that."
Well, and then beyond both of these sides of the point, I mean, and this is kind of what college football is created, right? Because of the NIL and these kids getting paid these large sums of money, that's what's created the situation that's arose with the UNLV kid and a lot of other examples. I mean, had NIL not been ever created, here we are not talking about these decisions these kids had to make. And I know the NCAA is going to do starting where the schools directly pay players, and maybe we should have started with that besides the NIL because of what is obviously transpired in college football nowadays.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the schools should be paying. They're the one making the money. They should be the one paying the money.
Absolutely.
I agree 1,000,000% with that.
Something with a premise that was supposed to be a certain way just got taken advantage of and blown up so schools could make more money by winning more football games.
And to some extent it bothers me because that's been the stipulation here for high school football, NIL-wise, right? Like, the schools can't be involved, but how does that end up playing out in the long run? Because I think that's a situation, we talked about it with college football. The rich are just going to get richer, and I don't think that's necessarily been the case so far, because I think that the middle class has gotten bumped up, if you will,
the parity
in college
is
football.
Getting a little bit better. Yeah.
But in high school football, doesn't, like, if IMG can offer you $100K, but yet, or at least $100, the more populous cities that you're playing high school football in, you're going to be able to make more money than what you can here in Panama City, per se.
Yep, no doubt, no doubt. Gator Jamie, we appreciate you giving us a call and love all the different perspectives. Like everybody says, two sides to every story. Everybody's got an opinion, but I know this is an opinion. We got to go ahead and take a break. You're listening to the Inside
See you,
Drive
Gator Jamie.
live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for the NFL.
Touchdown, Denver!
We bring you the biggest games every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night.
Oh, he's got the first down!
Plus, we'll broadcast more college football games than ever before.
He did what?
Live NFL and college football play here.
Unbelievable!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hewitt Tire and Auto and Hometown Towing is a combination that's hard to beat. With years and years of experience in vehicle repair, foreign and domestic, name brand tires and fair prices have established Hewitt Tire and Auto as a leader that folks can call on again and again. And if you need a tow, call Hometown Towing at 850-265-1562. Hewitt Tire and Auto and Hometown Towing, an unbeatable combination. Airport Road, Panama City. Are you hungry for authentic Mexican cuisine? Then come to El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, where we serve up the freshest, most flavorful dishes on the beach. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, a great location, comfortable atmosphere, and happy hour from 3 to 7. Buy one, get one free, regular margaritas and 12-ounce house drafts. And you're going to love their lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Plus, live music Wednesdays and Saturdays starting at 5:30. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, Thomas Drive across from the Navy base.
Did you know that fees associated with real estate closings are virtually the same from one title company to the next? So what sets South Oak Title apart? Effective communication, customer service, expertise, and technology. If you're buying or selling real estate, refinancing a residential or commercial property, tell your realtor you want to close with South Oak Title. South Oak Title, with locations across the Southeast, including Panama City Beach, Inlet Beach, Destin, and Fort Walton Beach. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
From the fairway to the rough.
Was hoping to squeeze in 9 holes before this rain starts.
From the greens to the bunker.
Certainly, Your Eminency.
It's the Inside Drive with Ryan and Jay from the Bill Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studio.
The good Lord would never disrupt the best game of my life.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Trivia question. What's something you have to survive, but is also the root of all evil?
Money. No, it's not. But money's not the root of all evil. It's the love of money.
The love of money.
Of all
Some may
evil.
say that's great.
Right. Well, that's exactly what I believe the Bible is trying to portray.
There you go. There you go. Hey, it's been an interesting show going on. I'm Matt O'Brien. He's the head pro over there at Seminole Legacy. Hopefully he's getting out of Dodge over there, but I'll give him a call after the show. I'm not going to take the call on the air unless he wants to call.
Do it. 850-215-6290. What a harmony that was.
It is harmony. Great movie, Trolls.
I had a girl that played on my youth football team back in the day. Her name was Harmony.
Oh, there you go.
She could hit too.
Yeah, well, yeah, I might have told the story or not, but anyway, my senior year of hockey. He was a junior. His name was Chris Lepore. His sister's
That's a hockey name right there, Chris
absolutely,
Lepore.
and his sister's name was Alicia Lepore, and she made varsity as a
hockey.
Yeah, I want to say she was either a freshman or a junior, but I remember one of her first practices. Chris was a defender, and he was fantastic, and she played on offense. And she was skating in, and he absolutely laid her out.
This is fair game, boys.
No, he basically said, look, I wanted to be the first one to take you off your skates so that the next time it came close to happening, you'd be ready for it.
Yeah.
So
that's a good brother.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you're going to play this sport, that's the thing that I think is a very interesting element of women being in boys sports, because I'm obviously more fine with women being in boys sports playing up
Oh, 100%.
to your level, then
versus the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Like
we won't
there's
debate
no
that today.
place
We've debated a lot, but
for boys and women's sports in any capacity. I don't care if that's what you think you like, what you feel like you are, or whatever. You're not playing sports with girls. However,
the flip side
is totally different because that means that you're trying to work your way up. And, you know, the thing is to provide real inclusivity or equality is to play you 100% like you are a man and there's no other difference.
Yep.
And I think that gets lost on people sometimes. But shout out to Chris Laporta for, you know, helping Alicia into the next level.
Welcome to it. It's it was. We were all like, she okay? But you know, after the fact,
if anyone else would have done that, Chris would have been over there fighting the guy who did it. Oh, I love it.
Absolutely.
I just love the semantics of like what real life brings, man. I think that gets lost on people so many times. Is just who we are.
Yeah. It's because of the digital era we live in. Everything's smoke and mirrors, facades, all those wonderful things.
Smoke and mirrors is a kind of a good way to put it, though. Absolutely. I was about to argue back, and I was no, that's what it is.
Not argue, debate.
Debate, yeah, but okay.
Smoke and mirrors.
Synonyms.
Jay's just smoke, no mirror.
Jay's awesome. And, I'm done talking trash about Jay today.
Oh, come on.
I am.
We haven't been able to do it in 2 days. Until tomorrow. Yeah, that's true.
Because there's no show tomorrow.
Well, that could be you just...
I'm not going to do 4 hours.
Oh, come on. You got this in you. You got this in you. I can feel it.
No.
Just, we'll be good. We'll be good. All right. We'll go to
Actually, I just realized how good of a thing it is now that you're... gonna take off tomorrow. That means I'm gonna be able to sleep in tomorrow.
Quote unquote. There you go. Oh, I've got this is my platform. I get to talk about fun facts, and I've got a lot of San Francisco 49er fun facts. I know.
God forbid.
Look, it's all positive. Little fun fact. 49ers wide receivers with 100 receiving yards and 3 receiving touchdowns in a game over the last 30 years. There's 3 names on that list. I bet you can give me at least 2 of the 3 on this particular list, if I had to guess, knowing the sports encyclopedia that you, in fact, are. If I was asking Jay this question, he may get 1 of them, but... pretty crazy stuff there. 100 yards, 3 receiving touchdowns in a single game over the last 30 years.
Just 49ers in general?
Just 49ers.
Frank Gore, Christian McCaffrey.
Receiving yards.
Oh, okay.
Over 100 receiving yards and 3 tutties.
All right, so Jerry Rice, easy.
That's one, yep.
Jawan Jennings, because he just did it.
That's the whole reason I'm talking about it.
Kittle?
No. But that's not a bad guess.
Is he currently on the team, or is this back in the day?
Not back in the day. After Jerry Rice, before now. It was like the 10-year, 15, 20-year anniversary of him doing something on the middle of, at the time, was, there you go.
You can't give me hints like that because that just makes it way
that's
too
a big
easy.
hint. I know. But I've got several others to get to, so.
Is it Owens Terrell?
Owens Terrell, indeed. T.O., Jerry Rice, and now Jawan Jennings, of all people, the Tennessee wide receiver, quarterback in high school, had a monster game, but it still wasn't enough to get the win. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Ronnie Bell, shout out to you, brother.
Schmid, nope, that guy. And Brandon Ayuk.
No.
I'm probably more upset at Brandon Ayuk than, Ronnie Bell's situation. I'm still mad at Jimmy Ward for dropping the interception in the NFC Championship against the Rams. That was brutal, too.
Would you air out your grievances if you were face-to-face with them, or would you ask for an autograph?
Not from either one of those guys. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't air my grievances out. I don't.
But would you ask for you wouldn't ask for an autograph?
No, because Ronnie Bell's probably not going to be on the team anymore.
Yeah, but he's still like a 49er.
That's
I don't know. To me, anyone who's
Jimmy
played
Ward's
professional
gone.
sports is like, I got Jay Chapman's autograph in there.
Well, he's a legend.
Oh yeah, no,
Ronnie
absolutely.
Bell's. He played at Michigan, and he He's going to get cut by the Niners.
I just feel like if you played, I don't even care if it's professional. If you played D3 sports, like pat yourself on the box.
Just
on
get
the
into
back.
the next level, especially just in football in general. All right, a couple more fun facts because I love to toot Brock Purdy. I feel like I am the defense of Brock Purdy for all the media. But they're starting to come around, especially after this last game. Most games with a QB rating over 100 in the first 25 career starts in NFL history. Number 1 is Patrick Mahomes with 18. And number 2 is tied between Brock Purdy. 16 of his 25 first career starts, he's had a QB rating over 100. The other gentleman, you can take a flyer on it. You're probably not going to get it. He was, I'll give you a hint. Yes, Keith, I know he's still being disrespected. I'll give you a hint. Was not drafted.
Wait, Keith can text, but he can't call in?
No, he can call in. He can call in. I'm sure he can. He might be busy, though. He might be busy. He's got meetings.
Keith, I'm calling you out.
Yeah, there you go. He said he did have meetings. But anyway, the other quarterback, I believe he was not drafted, played a little bit in the Canadian Football League, and then came in to professional football and did some wonderful things in the NFL. He's
See, the answer I was going to give is totally wrong because he started in the Arena Football League, and that would be Kurt Warner.
So what I said was wrong because you are correct.
Kurt Warner.
Yeah, 16.
He might have played in the Canadian Football
League. I think he did too,
League.
but he started in arena football. I do remember that now.
Dog, sometimes my brain be surprising me.
Yeah, you got it. Kurt Warner, 16 of his
You're
first.
probably not going to get this. Boom, nail on the head.
And I gave you false information. That made it even better.
No. Let's not.
I didn't give you the correct information.
I just remember him because he played for the Iowa Barnstormers.
Gotcha.
If I'm not mistaken, and I want to say, I don't quote me on this. I'll have to ask my dad and double check. But I want to say that I watched Kurt Warner play in Birmingham when I was a kid.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, Kurt Warner. Did you see Johnny Manziel is playing arena football?
Arena football?
Yep.
Wow, dude. I mean, because talk about a guy who played CFL, NFL.
Yep.
He also played that fan football league. I don't know if you know about that, but like you can also like if you have the app or whatever, you can help pick the plays.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. And then now he's arena football. How about that, dude? Have you ever been to an arena football game?
No, but I would love to.
Oh my god!
Because like
so
everything's in bounds, right? Like you can hit the boards and or whatever it's called.
It's like the boards. Yeah. That's exactly what it is because it's the hockey boards that are up there, and then you have the nets and all of that good stuff. Back in the day, when we lived in Tampa, we would go to Lightning games and they would give you free tickets to the Storm.
Nice.
And so we would sit out there and scalp the free tickets. We would $5, man. My dad put us on when it came to hustling.
Hey, because
like
you go a long way doing that.
We were poor, so it was like one of those things. You're either cutting grass or you're busting.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
We had to pay for like all of our summer camps and everything like that. Like sponsors, what's that?
Hey,
no.
and guess what that taught you? Significant work ethic.
Oh,
right?
no doubt. I got that. That's what's so funny about doing I guess you would somewhat call this white collar. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you could.
That's what's so funny about just doing a job like this when my whole life has always been hard work. So
absolutely. Hey, and it
thankful.
There you go. No doubt. All right. I'll keep it going because I know that's what you guys really want to hear right now, and I'm going to give it to you. All right. Brock Purdy. Most games with a pass.
I ain't going to give it to you.
It's going to give it. He's got most games with a passer rating of 130 or higher in their first 3 seasons in NFL history. That one, to me, is a big-time stat. When you have more than anybody that's ever come before you in any kind of stat, that's some pretty impressive stuff right there. And here's another one for Brock because I'm just trying to make sure everybody knows. 3 times in 49ers history has a QB completed 70% of his passes and thrown 3 touchdowns in a loss. This is a good plus bad stat. Joe Montana did it back in 1985 against the Rams. Steve Young did it in 92 against the Bills, and Brock Purdy did it this past Sunday.
Dang it, I would have. Those were the quarterbacks I were going to guess.
That's why I didn't ask you that one because that would have been certainly.
It would have been better to be like, "What are the years, David, that this happened?" Well. Back in the day.
Back in the day, indeed. Oh, I got some other good ones that aren't related to Brock Purdy. We'll do this one real quick. This is who's caught. Terry McLaurin has caught a completed pass from these quarterbacks in his NFL career
Taylor
with
Heineke,
one team.
Sam Howell.
Yep, there's two.
We've got obviously Jaden Daniels.
Yep, there's three.
Jacoby Brissett.
There's four.
Let's go with Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Nope, not Ryan Fitz.
Dude, if you got to scroll, that means there's like 10 quarterbacks.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 quarterbacks.
It's wild.
I'm not playing this game.
All right. Colt McCoy, Alex Smith, Case Keenum, Dwayne Haskins, Kyle Allen, Taylor Heineke, Garrett Gilbert, Carson Wentz, Sam Howell, Jacoby Brissett, and Jaden Daniels.
You know, I might have actually gotten pretty close on that. I think the only name that I would have probably left off would be Kyle Allen.
What about, you knew Garrett Gilbert?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what's so funny about that? Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
Right? He was the starting quarterback for the 2009 Texas Longhorns. Do you know who came in for Colt McCoy? Garrett Gilbert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the quarterback.
I remember Gilbert now, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that triggered it. Man, but yeah, kudos to Scary Terry for hanging around, and I think hopefully now he's found his guy. That
dude's impressive, bro.
Yeah.
He really is. There's not a lot of guys who just really impress me just for their fortitude and how good they can be without telling everyone how good they are.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors is one of those.
Yeah.
And Scary Terry is definitely one of those. And then again, as I said yesterday, Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the National Football League.
On so many different levels.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what the asterisk beside it all is.
Yep, absolutely. We got to go ahead and take a quick break here at the top of the hour. You're listening to The Inside Drive. Me and David hanging out, talking all sorts of stuff. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're the radio home of the Mosley Dolphins.
Last week, the Mosley Dolphins took down the Escambia Gators 38-13. Next, the 5-0 Dolphins face district rivals, the Milton Panthers. Tune in for live play-by-play with David Hayes live from Milton High School Stadium. Kickoff at 7:30 Friday night. Mosley Dolphin football on ESPN Northwest Florida is sponsored by Panama City Toyota, Orthopedic Specialist, and Chapman Wealth Management.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Wednesday. A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain this afternoon and evening with a wind around 10 miles per hour out of the southeast and the high of 85. Tonight, look for a likelihood of thunderstorms and light rain with a temperature near 74. Tomorrow, a high around 78 and a possibility of thunderstorms and moderate rain. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Mark your calendars. The Central Panhandle Fair in Bay County returns October the 1st through the 5th at the corner of Sherman Avenue and 15th Street. Great family fun for all. Enjoy famous carnival rides and amusements from around the world. Delicious foods, arts and crafts, nightly exhibits, livestock, and much more at the 2024 Central Panhandle Fair in Bay County. October the 1st through the 5th, corner of Sherman Avenue and 15th Street, Panama City. Don't miss it.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Life can take us so many places. And at Panama City Toyota, we're here to make sure every drive is worth every minute. Maybe you want a fun, fuel-efficient car for everyday driving. Or you need a dependable vehicle that really gets the job done. Sometimes it's all about answering the call of the wild. And when you're ready to shop, reserve your vehicle online and choose your options. Or we'll help you in person, even if you started the process at home. Whatever works for you, always works for us.
And now, the afternoon delight debrief with the three degenerates from the Inside Drive. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
Afternoon delight.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's in flight. Afternoon delight.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida, 104.3 in Panama City Beach, all these beautiful areas here in Bay County, 101.9 down there in Port St. Joe. Prayers for our friends to the east and for us, of course. You can watch, listen, like, comment, subscribe, share, follow ESPN Northwest Florida. Search it up, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch live. You can go back, watch it live. We post all sorts of fun stuff. Also, head over to ESPNPC.com. Scroll down just a little bit. You'll see that TV icon. That is KHS TV for just a mere $40 a month. Every streaming channel you could possibly want. Pay-per-view. You've got NHL Center ice games. You've got NFL Sunday Ticket, NBA, anything literally you want to watch. It's on there and very easy to navigate as well, as we have it right here in the studio as well. Also, got to download the free mobile app inside the Google Play or Apple Store. 104.3 is all you got to search up. That way you'll be ready for the Mosley Dolphins taking on the Milton. I forget what David said their mascot was yesterday, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida, as we are your home for the Mosley Dolphins. Also got to give a shout out to our studio sponsor. That's Bill Kramer, GM, and Kramer Marine and Outdoor, right there at the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd Street. I did see they posted yesterday. They've got several generators and water pumps in stock. Should you feel so inclined to go pick one up, they've got it right there at Kramer Marine and Outdoor. Of course, on the dealership side, lots of new vehicles rolling in. New one, or the older ones need to roll out, so trade-in value is still great. You can get a lot for your car, so you can go ahead and get yourself a new one. You got a few more months to get that 2024 tax write-off if you're wanting to do it. If you have a small business that requires you to drive 6,000 pounds, you can make it happen. But again, not a lot of boating action over the next several days. Don't suggest to go out there in the Gulf, as there is a very large hurricane that'll be moving up towards our area, hopefully shifting to the east like it is projected to do. But when you want to get back out on the water after it's all done and said, and you don't have a boat that works, their mobile service will get you out back on the water. That's Kramer Marine and Outdoor. They sell Sundance, Seabourn, CRI, and Skeeter. That's a foghorn Skeeter. Skeeter. I like it. All right, I'm going to give everybody a update from meteorologist Ross Whitley. Ross Whitley. I keep saying Whiteley.
Yeah,
it's Whitley. Beth corrected me yesterday.
Yeah, it's like, bro, is it Whiteley or is it Whitley?
It's Ross Whitley. I don't know why I say Whiteley, because I think I know another person that was
after the T.
Yeah, exactly.
But otherwise,
I know somebody with
Keith Whitley
last name, and that's what throws me off. Yes,
I get it. That makes sense.
And I used to always leverage Ross, especially with events, outside events, when there was potential thunderstorms coming, and he had never steered me wrong before. So I'm going to go ahead and read what he just posted. Hurricane Helene has made the turn to the north. It will move north-northeast from here to landfall. Landfall will likely be Franklin or Wakulla County around 7 p.m. Central Time on Thursday evening. Tropical storm conditions, winds 40 to 74 miles an hour are possible in Bay, Washington, Holmes, Walton counties. Rain totals of 2 to 4 will be common, with 3 to 5 expected in the eastern side of the area. Isolated amounts of 12 inches or more are possible. Hurricane conditions, winds 74 to 110 are possible in Gulf, Liberty, Calhoun, Jackson, and Franklin counties. Worst weather will be after 1 p.m. for most part. Winds will be less than 70 miles an hour in these areas, but tropical storm conditions are expected and hurricane conditions are possible. Strongest winds will be on the east side of Gulf and Liberty counties, with decreasing winds to the west. Rain totals more than 1 foot are possible in these counties, and flooding is possible if not likely. Major hurricane conditions, 110 plus, is expected in eastern Franklin and Wakulla counties. The strongest winds will be around the center of the storm and off to the east and northeast of the center. A summary of everything. Rain will increase today. Flooding is the biggest concern across the Panhandle. Major hurricane conditions are possible for eastern Franklin County, with hurricane conditions possible across much of the eastern half of our area. Worst weather will be after 1 p.m. Landfall around 7 p.m. Central. Improving conditions by 11 p.m. across the whole area. Winds of tropical storm force will be widespread, with hurricane conditions more isolated closer to the center. Worst weather will be Franklin County and north to Wakulla and Leon counties. Highest surge in our area is Franklin, with up to 9 feet possible. And I know as you get kind of further around the Big Bend, kind of heading down to that area, that storm surge gets even higher and higher, even going all the way down to the Tampa area, which is expected to get...
I've been there before.
Yeah, you have. You've some say you might have lived there in that area before. Some say love. But anyway, make sure you're prepared and have everything. If you're hanging out with us and staying, make sure you have opportunity to... I don't get the toilet paper thing. I'm not trying to make light of this whole situation, but during a hurricane...
There's some things we just don't get.
But why do we need...
I don't get any
Why
of
do we
it
need to buy up all the toilet
If anyone
paper?
was here whenever this all happened...
I don't think anybody was running around looking for toilet paper, were they?
Well,
I get water. Trust me, I get water.
But here's, I guess that's kind of where I'm getting at is like have enough water to last you like a week or whatever.
Yeah.
But man, and you can't say that it's going to be like this every time. But my goodness, dude, there were people here like almost immediately with all kinds of supplies. Maybe that's just because I was in St. Andrews. And it was just like the heart of not taking the brunt of the force, if you will, because it didn't. Like Callaway was hurt way worse, and then you go to Appalachia, you go to Port St. Joe, Mexico Beach, just absolutely wiped over.
That's where the hit direct. Yeah.
But they were there pretty quick with supplies and whatnot. So it's one of those things where I get it. I do, like yesterday. All right, I go to get gas. I had to go to 4 different gas stations to get gas.
Yeah.
I totally understand it. However, it's also one of those things where, like, in my head, I'm like, I know the answer to this, but it's like, shouldn't we kind of be, like, making sure other people have stuff, too?
Kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier today in the show.
And exactly. Like, it's one of those things where I get it, so I'm not going to complain about it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. This is for people who rode out Michael. They understand.
Oh yeah.
Like I was one who was here. Luckily I had Straight Talk, which was through AT&T service, so I never lost service. But there were so many people without phones, without knowing what in the world could happen. So it does not bother me at all when people are doing the hyper buying or whatever, because it's like, you know what? I get it. Yeah. Now, if you didn't ride out Michael, don't worry about it, man. Like, get you some stuff. Get you some stuff.
Just
and you
TP,
gonna be all right.
How many poops are you taking in a week?
Well, when stress piles up, it all piles
stress
up.
Poops, yeah, there you go. But hey, I mean, do you need 40 rolls of toilet paper for that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not trying to make light of the situation. I was just thinking
No, I don't think we're making
the TP thing is a strange one for me. It's a strange one.
And if we are,
it was like COVID. Everybody went and bought toilet paper during COVID.
But I guess I was about to say that wouldn't have made no sense. I'm thinking about like, well, I don't know. I've had COVID twice, and you definitely needed extra toilet paper.
For sure.
But if
that was
anyone
more
does
supply
feel like
demand.
we're making light of this, because I know that Ryan, you're not.
No,
you're not at all.
We're
if
trying to keep
anyone's
people
capable of that, it would be me.
No.
But I am not intending to do that.
No.
I love this community from the bottom of my heart, and so much so that if this storm does become something serious, you will be surviving the storm with Dave. Unless you choose to go to the other stations, but
nah, you're loyal to us. You're not going to make that decision.
I'll have 5 or 6 listeners in here with Ralph Jackson, DJ David Crockett, and Dave Hayes.
You'll have one person to talk to each one of those 6 guests, and it's just going to be you with a different personality each time.
My mom was like, do you want to come out here and come over here and ride the storm out? She lives in Jacksonville. I was like, Mom, I'm a single man. Like... No, I'm good. I'm going to do what... And I, to some extent... provided I'm able to get across the bridge, have somewhat of an obligation to this area.
That's fair. Absolutely. And again, to each his own, no doubt about that. But we'll keep a tight eye on it and be safe, prepare, make good decisions. I did break out a generator this morning that I've had for, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. I haven't had to break it out yet. Yeah, no. That's the whole home thing. Just a portable one.
No, Generac, I believe. Isn't that just like a brand?
It is, but those are the ones where like you actually attach it to your house. So if you lose power,
that's
that
a commercial.
thing,
That's that scene on TV.
Yes. Yeah, those are great, but they're very expensive. They're like $10,000.
For some reason, I was thinking of the orange generator. I thought that was the brand with Generac.
Generac is a brand. Is that? It's the whole home one.
Yeah,
which is a great thing. It's just very expensive, but it gives your whole house power when the power grid's down.
I forget. We had a grain generator, but we didn't use it. It was one of those things where
I like to hedge. That's why I bought a generator. There was a storm potentially coming, and then it didn't come, and so I'm trying to hedge by opening up the generator now that I've had for 4 years, and it's kind of like that reverse psychology. I'm very superstitious with that kind of stuff.
Like whenever, I think there was a couple of times where we used it to charge our phones because we didn't get power back until after Thanksgiving,
which was insane.
But it was one of those things where at that point in time I was putting up awnings, so like we were slammed, and so as soon as I got off, then it was come home and cut up trees and get my grandparents' house kind of taken care of, and not kind of, very much so, and it was 24. It just reminded me, man, so much of how it was back in the day, where like you weren't working to like find yourself entertained later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of how we live life now.
You work to
like,
do not work.
Yeah. But it was like now, at that point in time, you're working to get your head above water.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
No pun intended, indeed. No pun intended, indeed. I wonder if Jay went to Georgia. State of emergency in effect for all of Georgia.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's like,
it's okay.
Jay,
It's okay.
You should have spent your 2 hours with us before leaving. I would have
We're like
liked
your
to see
best
Sailor.
friends, man.
That's what I'm saying.
God,
you guys really.
We're sad.
Honestly,
we're sad here.
Oh,
today.
we're sad, no doubt
and
about
disappointed.
that.
I'm
But
not mad. I'm just
it's
disappointed.
just so funny how this whole inside drive thing has worked out, because at first I was trying to pawn this show off on someone else, like to get someone else to run the board, and now you guys are like my brothers. So.
Yeah, hey, it always the right things work out for the right reasons, no doubt about it, no doubt. Hey, this is working though. Got that stuff going. I don't really have
KHS TV. You can find that on ESPNPC.com, and we'll have the weather for you.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But yeah, I don't really have any. I mean, we've got some afternoon delight debriefs.
We can talk sports.
Yeah,
we can continue to talk nonsense.
whatever.
You've only crossed 3 things off your list so far, so that means
it's true. 1,
doing
2, 3,
good.
and 2 of them I couldn't cross off because they were related to Jay. So, the match recap and the Jay Henley tip of the week. What are people going to do? Because he's not going to be here Friday.
It's Jay's golf tip of the week.
What are we gonna do?
Ryan,
what are we gonna do?
Ryan, here's my tip today.
Ask me a question.
Rhythm and balance. That's all you need.
And some would say, Ralph Jackson chiming in here, that the art of repetitiveness when it comes to the sport of golf is actually quite important. And I wouldn't scramble unless you're an egg, but I would also say that scrambling is probably one of the more fun ways to play the activity of golf. And if you ain't that good at it, then I would suggest going playing a little bit of putt-putt.
There you go. Go to golfwithjay.com. I think people are going to golfwithjay.com that are not looking for golf. Oh, might get a caller. We haven't really talked a whole lot of sports, but you know what? We're having fun here today. Trying to keep everybody informed and, just trying to be a little bit of entertainment today. And I just saw something that says John Gruden is eyeing a college coaching comeback after his 2021 NFL scandal. We got Jay on the line? No, that would have been hilarious.
But I did not get this caller's name, but he's got great content bringing to the table. So
I'm excited.
Who do we have on the line with us today?
All right, this is Rob. What's up, fellas?
Hey, how are you, Rob?
All right, good.
Dang,
All right, so,
you knew from his voice. That's good.
He said his name.
Oh.
yeah, I did.
Yeah. He said it very quickly, but I called it.
The question I got for you guys is, we're expecting this nonsense to happen when poop hits the fan and power's out. What board games do you guys plan on playing?
Oh,
I've
the only one I can play is solitaire because I'm gonna be all by my lonesome.
Come on, we had a good vibe. We're depressing us.
The challenge out there is what kind of board game can you create using at least 3 traditional games like Monopoly,
Scrabble, or Uno? What kind of board game could you come up combining all of those together?
I don't know, but Scruno just sounds like a good name for a game.
Screwnopoly.
Screwnopoly.
That's a great one, though. I mean,
Yes,
the
it
lost
is.
art of board games. And
I love board games. Every
man.
time I go visit my mom, we stay up late playing board games.
That's what it's all about.
I let her win a couple times, and I'm like, all right, let me show you who the real boss is, mama.
Absolutely. Rob, what about you? What are you creating for a board game by candlelight? Do people still have candles? That's another
I'm outnumbered
question.
in the household with 3 other females. So we have the female, the women's version Monopoly.
Uh-huh. Okay.
We have like 7 different versions of Uno.
7 different versions of Uno.
Is it just
How do
like the
those cycle
different
out?
like pictures on the cards and stuff like that?
Oh no, sir. It starts off with your traditional.
Okay.
Then there's like there's a pack where it's nothing but draw fours.
Whoa! So y'all are just drawing cards like that's a time killer for sure.
There's a version of Uno where if you get down to like a card or two and you flip it over, it starts the whole game over.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
insane.
That sounds well. I guess
That
if
sounds
you,
fun.
if you got nothing but time, that's what it's all about.
Y'all need any company?
You're like I'm kind of a good Uno player. I don't know about you, but
World class. I won 3 times in China.
Ooh,
all Uno player.
Uno champion of the world. But yeah, I mean it's a great point. I mean, what are some of the favorite board games out there? I mean,
that's like a great poll question.
It is. But I know.
But the element of this question isn't just about the board game.
Combining them
it's
into
the
a
combination
new game. You got to throw Twister in there too somehow.
I think Twister and Battleship would be a heck of a combination.
Yes, right
Now,
hand
if you throw Twister in there, that's a pretty long time for holding a pose.
That's true. That's true. I like it, especially if you're playing
setting
like.
yourselves up for failure. I'm a little bit older than you guys, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one.
Yeah, it might be dicey.
So, I mean, you're definitely older than me because that's not very hard. But let me guess your age here live on the air. How
Ooh,
about
you're
that?
like this is like a fortune teller kind of thing.
I'm going to say, Rob, that you are 47 years old.
All right, you are no longer one of my top DJs. Anybody else want to guess?
I don't know which way to go.
You got to go lower.
Because he's saying it's too old. He's saying
I know exactly which way to go. It's over there in the corner. Go sit down. Anybody else want to guess?
I'll say 42.
All right, you've moved up in the rankings.
Oh, dadgummit, man. Can't you just rank us on how we do on the air?
No, it's completely on guessing age. That's the bottom line.
I went high on purpose, though. Let me just say that. I did go high on purpose because I'm in the, I wanted you to.
I'm getting close to the 40 club, so.
Yeah, my grade kind of give it away. No, you were close.
Wait, is this my San Francisco Giants fan?
This is, buddy. This is. You know who it is. And yes, I know what I owe you.
I like how you went right to that. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
I already know. I know where my debts are.
Hey, no worries, bro. Hey, honestly, man, if that were to happen or whatever, I was going to go out and get you a Giants hat anyway, so it is what
I've
it
already
is.
talked to some old baseball buddies of mine about the idea, and they love it. And they are Braves fans, or one of them is a Braves fan, but he still loves it. So, yes, I'm kind of excited about presenting it to you.
You know what I'm sad about, Rob, is that you were supposed to play fantasy football and I was supposed to meet you at the fantasy draft and you didn't make it to the fantasy draft.
I didn't. I had a whole debacle helping a young lady move. Yes.
Hey, no issue there, brother. But honestly, man, this is such a good topic of conversation. So if we do end up surviving the storm with Dave here on ESPN Northwest Florida, man,
the phone lines hopefully will be open.
Well, I'm gonna the phone lines, as long as they're up, are gonna be
That's
open.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna need that to get through. But that's such a good topic of conversation, like the combination of games.
And the other thing behind it too is like it's already a stressful situation for the family and everything, and if everybody's already there together, it's a good time to come up with something new and have something to talk about later afterwards.
Well, and two, with how bad these situations can be, sometimes, having to spend, a couple days with your family without anything else going on, can be a good thing for a lot of families.
I think that's something, and not to cut you off, Rob, you can jump right in here, but that is something that stood out to me the most from the last storm is the time that I got to spend with my neighbors, like neighbors who I already thought very highly of, but then the time that we spent after, and you're kind of getting a peek into their actual day-to-days, and you're just like, man, like, why don't we do this more often? And then 6 months down the road, life kind of starts getting closer to normalcy, and it's just we each keep on living our own lives.
No doubt.
Right.
No doubt.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Hey, Rob, we appreciate you calling. We may debate this a little more. We may, have this as a great topic once our cohort returns back to the studio.
This would have been the perfect segment.
I'll make sure that we'll take pictures so we have something to post and let you guys know how it goes. But prayers to everybody, and you guys stay safe out there.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rob, for calling us. And what he said, absolutely.
Can we do that, though? Like, for Rob, thanks so much for the call. For all of our listeners, if you're tuning in, if you're spending some of your day on a week-to-week basis with Ryan, Jay, and David, when this hurricane hits, if y'all would just take pictures of what it is that you're doing and whatnot, and tag them to ESPN Northwest Florida.
Like it.
I know that WPAP did, they did a great job in the last storm. We're going to be here for you guys too.
Absolutely.
So if you're an everyday listener of this radio station, send us some of your pictures, man. Like, let's talk about what actual life is, because we all know that sports are a great distraction and they're a huge piece of our life. But real life still exists.
Absolutely, every day, and hopefully we can be a break for what that is. But when stuff like this is going on, I think it's a great thing there, David. We can hopefully encourage our listeners. Let us know what you're doing, but we got to go ahead and take a quick break. Rob, we appreciate you giving us a call. You guys are listening to the Inside Drive. Don't forget the race to Talladega will be coming up at the end of the next segment. You're listening to the Inside Drive. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the Inside Drive.
Obviously, some of the talk conversations right now are currently tropical. It hadn't been named yet. It's Tropical Cyclone 9, soon to be Helene or something like that. Yeah,
Helene.
Yeah, every time I hear that,
Join Ryan Mulvey.
I do very little.
Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The rest of the day, raining moderately and a temperature of 85 with wind 8 to 12 miles per hour out of the southeast. Possible thunderstorms and sprinkles tonight, a gentle breeze and warm near 74. A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain and 78 tomorrow. 82 and a possibility of thunderstorms in the early morning and then mostly sunshine with a strong breeze Friday. This is your Wednesday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rate you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-708-3092. 800-708-3092. 800-708-3092. That's 800-708-3092.
The only place to get sports betting coverage on the radio. Is this legal? Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. It's the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey on ESPN Northwest Florida.
For a season, then I blow it like that. Done things in my life that'll make you yak. We take some sex, but there's more at bats. Ain't throwing no shade, I just keep it 100. That's facts. Like your minute, we're maxing the realest about.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Debuting in our intro into the segment that we're in now, that is David Hayes on the beats there. I like that. Loading it in, looking good.
Yeah, that's
sounding good.
That's your minute with Max's
feeling good.
New intro song there, which is so funny because it's like
it.
it's so funny how that works out because I don't ever, planned lyrics or anything out like that, but when they flow, they flow.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's kind of almost how you have to do it. Is you have to just let that stuff flow. Because if you plan it, then it's more rigid. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was so silly. We were driving from Auburn to where we were staying in Columbus on the way back, and the
Airbnb shuttle.
Yeah, no, that was terrible. But Liam was playing beats on his phone, and each of the kids were trying to like spit lyrics.
Freestyle?
Yeah. It wasn't great, but
that's how I got to where
it wasn't bad.
That's dude. Yep. Now I'm going to pick with Liam a little bit.
And Ryan too. Ryan was actually, I think, bringing the heat a little more than he was.
Because she's kind of a little bit more subdued to an extent, at least
for sure.
Whenever I'm around.
Yeah. Yep. She's
more subdued. But I bet, because obviously she's smart, right? They go to University Academy. I don't know if there's any kids that go to that school that are extremely intelligent and outshining me by light years. But yeah, I bet she would have some good little lyrics, man. That would be. I bet that was a lot of fun for you to just kind of like listen to what's on their actual mind, because when you're freestyling, you either do one of two things, and I think sometimes you get a mixture.
Yeah.
What's on your heart, what's on your mind, or, trying to be someone that you're not. And that's a beautiful thing too.
Yeah, absolutely. They were kind of a lot of little roasts of each other in there a little bit. So it was almost like a little rap battle in the way back from Auburn to Columbus.
I am sad that I missed out on that.
I'm sure it wasn't as great as it probably could have been.
No,
but entertaining nonetheless. You got a 9-year-old going against a 12-year-old. Soon to be 10, starting tomorrow.
Yeah, starting tomorrow, man. Excited for QB1 to turn 10.
Double digits. There you go.
I took my quarterback from college football to the NFL last night via college football to Madden. Yeah,
nice.
Got drafted by the Buccaneers and overtook Baker as the starter.
Nice. Hey, maybe some foreshadowing.
26 overall draft pick, so not that good, honestly, if you think about like playing video games.
Well, I mean, maybe, I guess. Going against the AI or whatever, we used to call it the computer back in the day, but everybody seems to call it AI now.
Computer, artificial intelligence.
It's kind of the
same thing.
There you go. All right. Here's a fun one. This is just fun fact. Wednesday.
Fun fact.
We're usually talking to Keith during these times.
Yeah.
Or actually, should say we're usually listening to Keith at these times, but sometimes Jay interacts when he's here. But who knows? Average salary at each MLB position. David Hayes. Which position has the highest average salary? That is actually not correct.
Shortstop.
No. You're not thinking of this position because it's not necessarily a position.
So designated hitter?
Average salary?
But that's because of Shohei, though. Shohei
probably,
inflates,
yeah.
No, it's not probably. Okay. That's the answer. Yeah. That's the answer.
Well, $7,333,826 inflated by Ohtani.
Yeah. It has to be. No one can.
But he deferred, right? So he's not getting paid.
But it still goes against the books like that.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right. So second, okay, now we got the DH out of the way.
So is it pitcher?
No, it's not.
Shortstop.
It's not.
What?
Yeah, that's why we're doing this exercise.
Oh, okay. Now I feel like Jay. I like this. So if it's not shortstop and pitcher, which are
up there,
two most important positions in all of baseball.
Some may say that.
I would say most would say that. Let's go center field.
Nope. Put me in, coach. No. First base. Now, there's probably a reason for this. It's actually the number one. Now that I'm looking at this closer, I can't wait to get my digital lenses at the start of the year.
Digital lenses? What is that? Hold on.
Okay, it has nothing to do. It's just
seems like artificial intelligence.
No. It's not like a Google Lens or anything like that. It's basically just a lens that really helps with fatigue from looking at computers and phones.
Because I might need some of that.
Yeah, my eyes really start getting bad as I look at screens a lot. So I didn't notice that first base was actually more than the DH. First base is $7.870 million.
Okay.
Well, what do you think that one is? It just
But you got Matt Olson, you got Freddie Freeman, high-paid ball players. First base may not be one of the most important positions, but obviously, as we're learning here on the Inside Drive, one of the highest, not one of, the
highest
paid.
average salary in the and maybe it has to do with the hitters too a little bit there, but the DH was
100%.
second. Third is what you were saying, if I can look at this correctly.
Shortstop?
No, starting pitcher. Yep, $5.7 million annual salary there. At,
Shortstop's got to be right after that, right?
It's not,
Come
surprisingly.
on, third base?
No.
What? Left field.
Other one.
Right field.
Right
Oh,
field.
yeah, right field's an important, I mean, all 9 positions are important.
$5.58 million. Next is still not shortstop. It's center field then.
It's center field?
Yep,
After that?
$4.686 million.
Okay.
And then second base is
I'm trying to calculate all of these salaries in my head, but it's slow maths. today.
Well, I'm bouncing around too with, I'm saying the whole thing and then some of them I'm saying point. Second base is $4.564 million. Then shortstop. Then,
Second base.
Yep. Second base?
Second base is higher paid than shortstop.
Only by $300,000 a year.
I think Orlando Arcia has something to do with that. Shout out to him last night making some pretty good plays.
There you go. There you go. But like I said, shortstop's not far behind at $4.283 million, followed by left field at $4 million, third base at $3.893 million, catcher at $2.33 million, and then last but not least, relief pitcher coming in at $2.051.
And that answers the question for Wright State Chris, who said, is it broken down by starting? Because whenever I was answering, I was just saying pitcher.
Yeah, now starting pitcher is the 5.757, whereas your relief pitcher is 2.051.
And can we arguably say, Wright State Chris, I would love to hear you chime in on this, and feel free to call. I'm not sure if you know the number or not, but it's 850-215-6290. Closing pitchers are arguably the most important player in a game.
Yeah.
Because if he's off, like, you're
lose.
blowing saves.
That's it.
Yeah. Point being, Raciel Iglesias for the Atlanta Braves.
See.
That guy has been so impressive for a team that's been so lackluster when it comes to star power. My goodness gracious, man. One of the reasons, if not the reason, outside of shout out to Marcell Ozuna for having a hot bat throughout the majority of the year, but Raciel Iglesias is one of the reasons why the Braves are in the position that they're in.
Yeah, 100%. I had him on my fantasy team too, so I know how well he's done throughout the year.
Speaking of, I know that this isn't the ESPN Northwest Florida fantasy baseball, but in my Yahoo, I'm going up against Sam Peebles for the championship, and you know it's a different game because it's categories. But
yes, versus the scoring.
I'm whooping him.
Nice. Well, good. Hopefully you keep whooping them.
No, because I love Sam Peebles. Let's even see if we're still. It's 10-4, so it's not whooping them.
Well, and the season of the Sticks versus the Kingdom Fan Club president is not a huge blowout right now. I think
those guys.
We're in what, the second? I think we're in the second week of this one. And also, by the way, I heard Max say yesterday that you love the going all the way till the final weeks of the season in fantasy, and I second that wholeheartedly.
Real fans, that's real fans.
That's what it's all about, though, is like, yeah, your players, your good players that play all the way, got you there, but it's your job as the manager of that fantasy team to find a way to, everybody's got to deal with the same thing. It's just like conditions in golf. Everybody's got to play in the same conditions.
Oh,
play
doggy.
Your fantasy all the way through the last week of the regular season.
Thank you. Sounding endorsement from Ryan Mulvey, the future mayor of. He's going to be the first mayor that is the mayor of Panama City and Panama City Beach at the same time. Ryan Mulvey, ladies and gentlemen.
Dual
mayorship.
Mayorship. I like that. I'm not a resident of either city.
Because you're
I'm in the county.
unincorporated.
Yeah, unincorporated Bay County.
You'll be
that
the
doesn't
first
matter. I think
mayor
you can
of Bay
still,
County.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. County mayor.
You'll be the first county mayor.
I don't know if I want any of that.
Hey, shout out to our county athletic director, Josh Latch.
No doubt, man.
Wonderful.
He keeps doing some amazing things. Glad to have him as our county AD. He's been doing a wonderful job.
I tell you what, though, Josh Latch, obviously very impressive. Sam Peebles, though, just as a guy who's commissioner C1 in Lynn Haven, he is military active still. At least National Guard, so it's not like all the time, but still. He's still serving our country, and he writes for all these publications. He teaches at Gulf Coast. I mean, that guy is When I think of Wizard of Oz, I'm like Sam Peebles.
There you go. And you're about to take down the Wizard.
No.
Well,
we're the third day.
Not over yet. Not over yet.
And it's very close. All the categories are very close.
I like it. All right, another fun fact as we're getting closer to having to call somebody's name for your chance to win some tickets up there.
Fleming.
To the Yellowwood 500. Top 10 highest QBs in the NFL, top 10 highest paid QBs in the NFL have a mere 10 total wins after 3 weeks. So what's that? You'd have an opportunity to have 30 total wins, obviously if they all went undefeated, and they have just a mere 10. Dak Prescott, $60 million a year, 1 win. Joe Burrow, $55 million a year, 0 wins.
Oh yeah, that's right there. Oh.
Yeah, I know. Jordan Love, even though the Packers are 2-1, but those 2 wins came off the heels of Malik Willis.
Ooh.
Jordan Love's $55 million. He's got 0 wins. Trevor Lawrence, $53 million, 0 wins. Tua Tagovailoa, now he is out on an injury. They only have 1 win. Jared Goff, $53 million. He's got 2 wins. Justin Herbert has 2 wins at $52 million with Coach Harbaugh at the helm, but he's not guaranteed to play this week. Lamar Jackson, $52 million. He's got 1 win. Jalen Hurts has got 2 for $51 million, and Kyler Murray has 1 win for $46 million. So, was that 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's 10. I already knew it was 10. So you could have a combined, let's average it out to about $55 million a year. So you're looking at $550 million worth of quarterbacks have 10 total wins through 3 weeks of the season. Now, a long way to go. But, doesn't necessarily mean...
I hate saying that because it's so true. It's a long way to go, but it's like, daggum, we're almost a quarter of the way through the season.
What are we, week 5 now in college football?
Season, and you know this now, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you're doing shows throughout the week that are, and there's no football, it's like you get to the weekend and the weekend kind of slows down. When you're doing shows throughout the week and it's football season, it's like Saturday and Sunday. You're like, man, it's Monday again.
It goes fast. There's no doubt about it. And hey, Thursday night football.
But it also feels like while you're living through that weekend, that the weekend is almost slower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you look back and you're like, holy cow, that was 48 hours of quickness.
Quickness indeed. But entertaining nonetheless. But yes, we might start seeing that go down a little bit. I want to get your thoughts on this, David. Keith, ironically, sent this to me, and I don't know if it's as black and white as he was thinking. I would think it is.
Did he send it in black and white?
No, he sent it on Twitter or X.
All right, so it's got a little color to it. I appreciate that.
But these 2 young quarterbacks with quote-unquote great weapons went on the road and took on the Minnesota Vikings defense. We're talking about quarterback Brock Purdy and quarterback C.J. Stroud.
Yes, we are.
Brock Purdy threw for 319, had a 77.8 completion percent rating and a 101.3 rating. And then there's another stat called a completion percentage over expectation.
Okay.
He had a plus 17.4 completion percentage over expectation. C.J. Stroud threw for 215, had a 64.5% completion rate percentage. He had a 68.6 rating, had a negative 3.2 CPEO. I think he was showing, he's a big Brock guy now too, because he's really into numbers and analytics and all that stuff. Now I will say,
don't tell the whole story.
Exactly, and I will say you're talking about 2 different offensive schemes. Two different, I'm sure, schemes that Minnesota was playing. But
and every game is different because each team plans differently for that game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're scheming differently against what they're looking for, throwing different stuff at them. But just kind of further proves, and I've talked about that game. He had 6 sacks, 13 pressures, and still had that kind of completion percentage and rating. It goes back. But C.J. Stroud's right there as well. I thought it was good. I appreciate it. But at the same time, this isn't one I was like, oh, yeah, look at that. Because I know sometimes that doesn't tell the whole story.
I would say that my thoughts on that are, one, C.J. Stroud is, like, as you mentioned, like the San Francisco 49ers, if there's a team, yes, did they lose this last weekend to a Rams team who is absolutely depleted? Fair enough. Yeah. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
the 49ers are a franchise that's just built different. I don't know if that's, has a lot to do with Kyle Shanahan, but they're just a franchise that you can have a little bit more faith in than you can if you're the fan of, I don't know, maybe a fan of the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
you know.
And it cycles because there was a long period of time for the Niners where they were, winning 4 games, 5 games. But since John Lynch has been there, they've really seemed to kind of
Which goes to show you how important a general manager
front office is the make or break for a lot of this.
For the Titans, they had John Robinson. I was blanking on his name yesterday, but they had John Robinson. I feel like there was a good chemistry there between him and Mike Vrabel, but then you get rid of John Robinson, you bring in Rand Carthon from that 49ers organization, and then there was a little bit of power struggle, if you will. So they had to get rid of Vrabel at that point because he had been there longer. He felt like his 2 cents mattered more than what Rand's did. And so that's why I'm kind of interested, because I will say that this year, if you're a Titans fan, you have reason to be optimistic based on what Rand did last year. And obviously his GM tree, if you will.
Yeah, no doubt.
But when it comes to that particular statistic, completions, expected over average, or whatever it is.
You can go down some rabbit holes for sure.
Well, it's just one of those things where I don't read too much into that, just because it's almost like saying, well, Cal beat Auburn, Florida State beat Cal, Florida State would beat Auburn.
Yeah, no, 100%. Each game is different.
Right. And kudos to the Minnesota Vikings for being a team worth being compared to this year.
Yeah, no doubt, offensively and especially defensively. But we got to take a break, because when we get back, we got to announce the name for today for the race to Talladega. And you got to give us a call, 850-215-6290. Beat 8 seconds or just call, and you'll be in the top 2. You're listening to The Inside Drive. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd. I had said 2 years ago I thought Shohei Ohtani was better than Babe Ruth, and I got pushback. I admit I was wrong. He's significantly better than Babe Ruth. He is the first 6-tool player. I would like to remind you again, this is a rehab season.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Dat Cajun Place is your LSU and Saints football headquarters. Saints and LSU fans, wear your team colors and score a free Jell-O shot when your team scores a touchdown. Only at Dat Cajun Place. Get $5 pitchers on select draft beers during all live football games. Catch all the games at once with the NFL package on 27 large TVs at Dat Cajun Place. And the best wings on the beach. The locals' favorite, Dat Cajun Place. Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Hartz Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable, period. Tell them Buddy sent ya.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
Auburn football is back this Saturday.
Thorne on 4th down. Looks and he throws across the middle. It's caught. DeAndre Lambert-Smith down to half. He's going to score. 10-5 touchdown.
The Tigers clash with the Oklahoma Sooners. Coverage begins at 11:30 a.m. Central on your home for the Auburn Sports Network.
ESPN Northwest Florida. War Eagle.
If you're not scanning while the cashier is begging, we're judging you a little.
Why am I working at the grocery store now?
It's the Inside Drive with Ryan and Jay. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios at ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. It is that time. It's the race to Talladega. We've got our name. Give us a call, 850-215-6290. That name is Ed Norton. Ed, give us a call. If you beat 8 seconds, you now have the fastest qualifying time, and you're going to win yourself a pair of tickets if you hang in there to the Yellowwood 500 and the United Rentals 250 up there on October 5th. Make sure you listen to Coach James Hale Show every morning at 7:15 and 8:15 for the keyword of the day. You text that in right here to ESPN Northwest Florida and your racing name, and then we announce your name, Ed Norton. Maybe he's moonlighting as the real Ed Norton, the actor.
We got to know.
We got to know.
We have to know. So Ed Norton, even if you don't care about going to Talladega, give us a call just so we can find out, are you the Ed Norton?
Because if you are, we want to get you on the line.
What's the number one rule of Fight Club, brother? Tell me that.
Yeah, Ed, come on. Give us a call. 850-215-6290. Man.
Do you know the number one rule of Fight Club?
I used to, but now you're putting me on the spot. I'm going to say the wrong thing, I'm sure.
Okay.
You don't talk about Fight Club.
There it is. There it is, brother.
Whew, it came to me just in time. I almost got embarrassed. I'm
the wrong person to be embarrassing people about movie quotes.
But you were spot on in this one. And all because Ed Norton was the one whose name was chosen. You did text in. If you're texting in with your name, listen at 12. Maybe he's waiting for 5:40. He's waiting for the afternoon underdog. He's getting off work.
Doesn't matter because his name's called now. So I pick a different name at 5:40.
That's right.
So Eddie
doesn't continue on. I'm
sorry.
That's okay.
And then also we had a couple of texts come in this morning that did not have names provided. That is the most important part because otherwise
we can't say your name if we don't have your name.
Absolutely
indeed. Oh man, what a show. Be safe out there. I'm just kidding. It made it sound like we're gonna go there. We still got some time. David, if you we got a phone, we got Ed Norton. Hopefully. We weren't keeping track of the time after like a minute, right? All right, we do have a caller on the line. But I was going to ask David one more question, but let's ask him if the Dolphins should get another quarterback because
it's not Ed.
But is it somebody that know Ed?
That's how they answered the call. But
They said this is not Ed?
It is a caller.
All right.
So I'll let you just ask them who they are.
Yeah. Who we got out there?
Hey, gentlemen, it's Tyler Durden from Fight Club, a.k.a. Chris Fall. How are you today?
There you go. The first, we don't talk about it. It's the first rule. What's up, Chris? How are you, man?
I'm good. I wanted to check in. I hadn't talked to you guys in a while, and it's a little off topic, but, we've got our fall basketball league going. I wanted feedback from Ryan and Jay on what they thought of their teams and how the first week went and all that good stuff.
We'll get 50% of your answer here.
Yeah, Jay texted us about 15 minutes before the show. He said, I'm out, fellas. I was like, you can't give us 2 hours, Jay, before you're out? Come on, man. Come on. No, it's...
pull-out game is strong.
It is very. He's just pulling out from this show left and right. We had him, one day last week? So far, one day this week. It's just
and there's no 0% chance for tomorrow, right? Because even if he came, there's gonna be.
Well, I don't want to spill the tea, but he was taking the team out to dinner and the bars afterwards. So I don't know how that went down.
The golf team or the basketball team? Both teams, maybe. Oh, basketball. Okay. Yeah, I heard he's got a stud on his basketball team. But no, it's been a lot of fun. We've played a couple games so far. We came close and won, and trying to put some football players on the basketball court. But obviously, there's some teams just like us in football that have been playing for a little while and are good. But hey, it's I just love the different sports and playing different sports and making sure your motor skills, your hand-eye coordination is always being developed as far as it possibly can. But us, we're huge fans of Southern Elite Sports and everything that you guys do, and we're looking forward to continuing moving on.
I have one quick question. I didn't get in the pick 'em this year, but what's the upset win outright in the NFL this weekend?
Oh, this
Titans over the Dolphins.
Yeah, is that an upset though?
Dolphins are a 1-point favorite. They're a 1-point favorite, Chris.
Interesting you guys brought that up. I know Mike McDaniel said today he's not looking to replace Tua, but should the Dolphins move away from Skylar Thompson in the interim, depending on how long
they got Tyler Huntley. They're actually the
that's
Dolphins
right.
might take care of business against the Titans. I think Tyler Huntley is a phenomenal replacement there. What about you, Chris? Who do you have as an upset in the NFL this week?
I don't know if it's an upset. I know they're playing, but the Bengals cannot be an 0-4 team. They've got to win whoever they've got this week.
Yeah, I was actually just looking at that and was going to throw a potential upset alert out there for the Red Rifle to take down his former team, the Bengals. 4.5-point favorite on the road, 48.5. If the Bengals go 0-4, that would be an absolute disaster. Something the bookies know something about the Niners-Patriots game because 10 spot. That's insane.
In the world.
I'm assuming maybe Kittle and Debo are coming back. Not that it really mattered a lot last week.
I would say the Raiders are on upset alert. They're a 2-point favorite against the Browns.
Oof.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
Chargers are an 8.5-point underdog. Or is Herbert not playing?
I don't think he is.
Okay, that makes sense because the Chiefs on the road.
They also have the 1-game suspension for who's their quarterback.
Yeah, he's one of the better ones. Yeah, no doubt.
He always is tough against the Chiefs.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, two Monday Night Football games.
How about the Giants not being on upset alert, but being the upsetter to alert us?
If the Cowboys lose to the Giants, it's going to keep going.
Is that trouble in Dallas?
I think.
Hey, Malik Neighbors is special. He might beat Harrison out for Rookie of the Year the way he's playing. With Daniel Jones throwing the ball.
Yeah,
that's my thing because Malik Neighbors was when it came down to the wide receivers, and this is such a great wide receiver class. Malik Neighbors was my favorite. The only thing that kept me from putting money on him to win Rookie of the Year was the fact that his quarterback was Daniel Jones, and then you look at that acrobatic catch. I mean, just all the catches that he made, but then that one that he had to helicopter in the end zone to some extent. My goodness, that dude's good.
Yep, no doubt. And go ahead, Chris.
I got one more quick question on fantasy. I'll let y'all go. So in a dynasty league, right? I just lost Bryce Young, just lost Justin from San Diego. Any chance Brady picks up with Miami?
I think there's a chance.
I'll say hard pass on that one.
But, yeah, I mean, $75 million in the booth.
I think he's put too much money into his face now to to play football anymore.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
But if you're a baller, right, at that level and caliber, don't you? I mean, you take the shot if you get it.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that, especially with the whole reason that Miami got
the history of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think is there a better time than now? Then the other question is what happens with that Fox money? I don't know how big of a deal that is to a guy who's made a lot of money throughout his career, but also if we're keeping it 100. Tom Brady was always giving money to the Patriots to some extent, right? Instead of just me, is team.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks follow that blueprint. It works.
I think if he retired the end of last season, potentially. But because he's been off a whole season now after retiring and then unretiring and then retiring again, I think he stays put. It would be a heck of a story, and everybody would certainly be excited about it. That's for sure. Chris, who's your most surprising NFL team, both good and bad so far this year?
Good. I mean, it's a little cliche, but Pittsburgh seems to be getting it done with Fields. I never thought they would be 3-0. And then on the bad side, or underperforming, and granted injuries has a huge part of it, but I think your Niners, Ryan, I know they've been decimated by injuries, but still, it's the Niners, 1-2 with the losses they have. I'm a little shocked.
That's all right. We'll still make a wild card spot, and we don't do well when we're the first seed, so we're gonna come through a wild card spot and win it this year. I can feel it.
Hey, and let me ask you one quick question. I think the Chiefs have underperformed all year at 3-0, my team. Are they just going to be that scary good, or are they not what we thought they were.
No, I think it's the polar opposite of last year. I think last year, like, oh, what's wrong with the Chiefs? What's wrong with the Chiefs? Now you're winning, close games, and you haven't hit your stride yet. I'm more scared about your team this year than probably any other year that I can remember.
That team is ridiculous. They're going to end up making that Patriots dynasty look like it was not that impressive. Yeah. And which is insane because of how impressive that dynasty was.
Two separate eras, yeah.
What Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid have cooking up over there with Travis Kelce not even really being a factor. Yeah. He's like Taylor Swift is more talked about than what Travis Kelce is in the realm of what Kelce's bringing to the team, and how last year everyone was counting them out. Outside of me, I got to stick with it.
You were there from the get-go.
They are. Do they get some help from the referees? Not in the Bengals game. That people can point to that pass interference all they want, but you need to go to the two previous plays to that before that and tell me exactly what happened, because the Chiefs were flagged twice offensively. But in that game against the Falcons, that was 100% DPI, and they should have had to at least get one more play in.
The thing about the Chiefs that scares me, too, is, the home field advantage in Arrowhead. You have one of the best offenses, one of the best defenses, and one of the best home field advantages in football, and one of the best offensive minds in football as well. And it took him a while to get that first Super Bowl win, but since he's done that, it's just been like a snowball effect. And what stops the Chiefs other than some kind of even if Mahomes goes out,
cheeseburger shortage.
Yeah, I don't even know if that stops him. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a heck of a time to be a Chiefs guy, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's nice.
And I'm proud of you, too, because you're actually from that area and have been a fan your entire life, unlike a lot of other people that have jumped on the choo-choo train.
I had season tickets when Steve Bono, and we've had some rough years.
Yep, absolutely.
I used to, Dwayne Bowe, I believe, was the wide receiver. I used to always name my team when I draft him, Taste Dwayne Bowe.
There you go, man. There you go. Oh, but yes, it's another big weekend coming up. Who will disappoint? Who will make it happen? I don't know. But
my three favorites, Ryan, last week were like three people that I was going to put on the survivor pool was the Browns over the Giants, the Bucs over the Broncos, and the Raiders over the Panthers. All three of those teams lost.
Yep.
It was like the big favorites. My goodness gracious, man. That's what's so crazy about the NFL.
That's it. It's almost like any team can win on any given day except for the Chiefs. They're going to win.
I was talking to Joey about that. The parity this year is unbelievable. It's really going to be a great season.
And injuries are a part of that parity because that's football. You're going to have injuries and all that interesting stuff. I'll leave you guys with this, and this is pure rumor, speculation, but our good friend Keith Fleming sent me a text earlier this morning from a gentleman that he knows that is usually good at spotting nonsense, and the fact that he's saying this said he might be onto something. But he said, I just heard from a fairly credible source that McCaffrey is going to announce his retirement in the next few weeks. Now, that has nothing potentially to do with
stop drafting these players.
Actually happening. But hey, if that happened, I wouldn't be surprised. But we got to go ahead and jump off, Chris. We appreciate you giving us a call. End of the show coming up. Everybody out there, be safe. We'll have National on the Inside Drive. You'll have DJ Davy Crockett in the house reporting on what's going on out there. Stay close, pay attention, prep, be ready. If you want to leave. It's your choice, Jay. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys on Friday.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
My big issue with the playoff right now is the 4 teams that get a bye. What's the best ACC team going to be? 7 and 5?
I know.
And they're going to get cakewalked by whoever the 5 and 12
Miami's
is.
looking kind of decent right now, but I definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah. 4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The rest of the day, raining moderately and a temperature of 80.